So this year we had our highest return customer uh, return with us. So we had the lowest churn rate for our Christmas lights factory that we have ever experienced. And I'm really attesting it to this amazing workflow that we created. Now, this workflow was based on all our knowledge leading up to this point for years. But in this workflow, we contacted the customers and followed up with them in such a dynamic way that we just ended up bringing back more customers than ever before. So let's just go over the numbers. We had a 93.3% return rate this year. An acceptable rate for us, a good rate, would be 80%. Okay, and what this was all about the communications. So what happens here is when a customer is put into a specific part of our pipeline, we immediately separate them to being a commercial customer or not a commercial customer. We remove them from any other workflow so we don't overly communicate with them. We add a tag to them that they're a return customer. Then we assign a salesperson. Now, this was another big thing that we got to do was we got to take each of this big, huge group of 500 customers, and we got to assign a singular point of contact for the entire season to them right here. Then we add a task in this scenario, but mostly we're going to start emailing and text messaging and waiting, and then emailing and text messaging and waiting. Then we're sending a personal voicemail. So this actually worked really well. This is called a voicemail bomb. And so it just goes directly to the voicemail, bypasses all the phone calling stuff. I don't know how it works. It's like freaking magic. But it's a personal voicemail from me going, hey, it's time to sign up. You were getting everybody signed up for the season, and we need you to take some action. Okay, and we keep going down the list. Now, if we look at these emails, we're going to see we're using some templates here. Some of these are, you can see we're calling names, we're calling our company. We can go back a little bit to our first email. Here's our first email. So this is a nice pretty one. And we have these easy buttons. So all the customer has to do is click yes or no. And here's where it gets even more amazing. Okay, if that's not enough, what happens when the customer clicked yes or no? An automatic process happened where the customer then got moved to go for install. An invoice was automatically created, and all the actions that go behind the scene that used to take hours and hours for our office team to have to process were all automated. And so that left the office team more time to follow up with customers that were maybe falling out and didn't really fit into this return customer scenario. It needed custom interactions, new estimates, these sort of things. So that gave us just more time to be, getting a few more percents in the sales that were customers that could have fallen out and not been workable because we'd be too busy calling, texting all these customers. So you can kind of see this process goes on for about 30 days of us following up. And then at the end of it, we put a task out here to recycle the customer if they didn't do it. But as we can see, it was less than 7%. So that's pretty amazing. So with the Toa Toa Toolbox, we can do this for pretty much anybody. Now, the workflow or follow-up might be different for what you need to be done. But the bottom line is that we can automate a huge amount of actions that you're already taking. And we can do the follow-up that you would love to be able to do. And we can do it automatically, and it can feel very personal.